I have a little compilation of shitty advice and information that adults give to children. Gems such as sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words hurt the most, so I don't think so. And do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, good luck with that because children are mimics. And good things come to those who wait. That's always one of my favorites. And I always think that adults said that to children so that we just sit in a corner and do nothing and, wait. Um, but I've found actually that good things come to those who go out and find them or ask for them or whatever. But just waiting generally just gets you piles and makes you hungry. And so today is episode 16 of the MicroMuse, and I wanted to follow on from last week when I talked about the inspiration myth and the myth of the muse. And this week I wanted to follow that up with inspiration's dirty little cousin, motivation. And this video is coming at you from the past because I am currently on a surfboard, I hope. So, inspiration, motivation. When it comes to writing a book, possibly my favourite piece of crappy advice is this piece, like write when you're inspired, which, as I talked about in the last episode, is a really horrible and terrible piece of advice that won't die. And if you follow it, good luck with your book because it'll never happen. Somerset Maugham, who is a moderately famous writer that you may have heard of, said, I write only when inspiration strikes. Fortunately, it strikes every morning at 9 o'clock sharp. And that that backs up what I was talking about last week, that we have to make sure that we get inspired to do the thing, and it's up to us to do that. There is no magic fairy. So go back and watch last week's episode if you didn't already see it. Because this week I wanted to just mention inspiration's cheeky sibling, motivation. That's also waiting around the corner to trip us up, because we are led to believe, and we tell ourselves that we must be motivated in order to write. Like, I always say, oh, I don't feel very motivated to write today, or I don't feel very motivated to pull out all the weeds from my vegetable garden, or ugh, I know I need to do this thing, but I just don't feel very motivated. Um, but that's actually a lie. That's not how motivation works. And when I discovered how it actually does work, it kind of changed everything for me. It's very exciting. The truth about motivation is that we start doing stuff and then we are motivated to carry on, and that's the really exciting thing about it, because it means that we don't have to jump in and do like all of the things immediately right away. We can just start really, really small. So for me, the most difficult thing is always hauling my carcass off whatever sofa or floor or whatever it is sat on, because sitting is just the worst thing in the world for somebody with a brain which does not do executive functioning very well. So if I'm like, oh my gosh, I know I need to start doing the weeding, I need to put some more weed mat down, I need to sort out my garden, then what I can do, instead of just lying there and hating myself, which is one of my favourite hobbies, I can say, I'm just gonna go and pick a tomato off my tomato plant and eat it. And while I'm there, I might as well just snip the yellow leaves off. And so I will go and do that because I am highly motivated by food. I am like an animal, like a pet. And so I will go and pull a tomato off my tomato plant. I will eat it. It's delicious and warm because it's like literally right off the plant. And while I'm there, I'll pick up the snips that are next to it and just start snipping off the yellow leaves. And while I'm there, I might as well do all of the other ones. And I'll go do the courgettes. And then I'll be like, oh, well, I've got my gloves here, so I'm going to start pulling weeds out. And suddenly, before I know it, I'm an hour in and I've done all of the things that I wanted to do, because the motivation comes from being like, oh, I've just accomplished this thing. I've got myself off the sofa. I've rewarded myself with a tomato. And then I've started pruning. And that makes me feel good enough that I want to do the next thing and the next thing. And while I'm there, it's more hassle then to go back and lie on my sofa than it is to carry on doing stuff. That's motivation in action. And if you can just reframe the way you think about starting a task or starting your writing or whatever, it can be a real game changer. So I hope this has been helpful. Your 5-minute takeaway for this week is the following: to choose the thing that you're actively not writing but that you want to write, and then just write 10 words, even if those 10 words are, I'm writing about toy horses but I can't get started. That's 10 words. Then write another 10. Maybe it's, ugh, it's so annoying not being able to start. That's 20. And then write another 10. Like, I really like toy horses because they are fun games. I don't know. Um, but then like another 10 and maybe another, and before you know it, you're actually doing the thing that you said that you couldn't do. Sometimes we need to start writing about why we can't do something. Sometimes we just need to empty our brains, but we just need to write 10 words. I can do 10 words, you can do 10 words. Anyone can do 10 words. You can do this. You got this. Set a timer for 5 minutes and make this your little task. Before you know it, you will have written, or at least started writing the thing that you want to write but are not writing. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the MicroMuse. I will be back live next week. No, I won't. I'll be unlive next week as well because I will be elsewhere. So look out for next week's episode. And in the meantime, you can go to moxiebooks.co.uk/notes in the margin and sign up for my wonderful